welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good.
Okay. Well, I want to start with the beginning a little bit. Did you play? Let's start in the beginning. What was the? Do you remember the first time you met Olavi and the rest of the band?
I mean, yeah, the first time I met, like, the guys from Scum was at a show. Like, when I met all the guys, was at a show, and they played in Alby, north of Tumba, which is both are kind of like suburbs of Stockholm. Right. It's not very far from each other. So since I was in the same class as the guitar player Vesco, me and some friends went to the show, and we met the guys there.
What do you think of the show?
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
Well, they heard you shout along with maybe one of the songs, and they asked you to come and play with them. What was your first reaction when they asked you?
Well, the thing is, when that happened, we were in Greece. It was me, Vesco, and Olavi, and we were at the bar, and we'd kind of already talked about, you know. So I think I remember saying something, guys, why don't you put the band back together? Because they kind of split up. Okay. But they were like, yeah, well, you know, we don't have a singer. And I said, like, yeah, but I can sing, you know, I can try out. And they're like, yeah, right, you know. And then we went to the bar and started growling along to some songs there, and I guess that was my audition.
Well, before that point, had you ever thought about making music yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I started a band when I was 7. You know, playing shows with my friends on my mom's patio.
What kind of music was it?
It was anything. I mean, technically we didn't really play the music. Obviously, it was just sing along to, like, performing to other bands. It was like anything from Rolling Stones and Beatles to like Iron Maiden and Saxon and Kiss and AC/DC, stuff like that, you know.
And when did the more rock part come in? Was that something you got through childhood, or was it something when you met the guys that you really started?
Oh, you mean the more death metal stuff? I mean, I started listening to pretty like heavy shit when I was a kid, really. I even bought I think I bought like Venom's Welcome to Hell when it came out, or the year after. I'm not quite sure, but I didn't like it, so I sold it to a friend. But you know, I was listening to a lot of stuff like Iron Maiden, and I remember also, like, quite early, probably like in '84 or '85, something like that. A friend of mine showed me Metallica and played "Kill 'Em All" for me, and I was sold, you know. So it was fairly early. It was like I was maybe around like between the ages of 7 and 10 when I started really getting into. Because I kind of grew up listening to metal though, because like, I moved away from the street where I grew up when I was 7, but before that, I lived next door to my best friend, and he had a brother who was 5 years older, and he'd listen to like Kiss and Sabbath and Zeppelin and Rainbow and all that stuff, you know. So that was kind of the introduction in the first place, really, you know, to hard rock and metal, definitely.
But when you first started playing with the band, what was it like to become an actual musician and start developing your voice?
It was tricky, man. I'd never done anything like that before, so for me it was really strange. And I think it took me a good while to really get into it, because it's a different thing to sing along to music where you know, like, where there is a song rhythm, where there's lyrics, and you know the lyrics, you know the rhythm, because somebody else took care of it. But to create your own song rhythm and listen to the riffs and make it work together, it's a different thing. So for me, that was it took a little bit of getting used to. But I mean, I thought it was fun, you know.
Was
Still
it,
think it's fun.
was it difficult?
I wouldn't say difficult per se, but it took a little bit of getting used to, definitely.